still do have the advantage here. Just a brief moment, or slipped away for a bit. But, I mean, just seeing how MVP played yesterday on Train, they played very, very poorly on the T side. And the only redeeming factor was that when they did win the CT side, it was by a convincing margin, and it was against maybe a lesser opposition. And they can't afford to do that against Tainted Minds, because they are not a weak team at Train. They are very, very strong, Matt.
They are. So if you give Tainted an inch, they'll absolutely take a mile and punish you for it on Train. So I'm feeling the same. I think that Tainted Minds should take this one away. If MVP managed to pull out Train, I'll be genuinely surprised.
I mean, I won't be overly surprised as well, because it feels like for me, MVP do have that extra trick up the sleeve.
Maybe they do. They've got that star power. But
because I was seeing how, sorry to cut you off, Matt, because I was seeing how they're playing Inferno and how we were talking about, maybe yesterday they didn't look like they were doing any homework against the Australian teams, but that was in an extended day where you could be playing a lot of games and maybe you're just going, look, we're MVP, we can definitely defeat whoever's going to be in the lower bracket. We like taking things for granted a little bit because we're really good. Coming into Train where, I don't know, maybe they have fixed up the problems. They've had a good talk because obviously they're up 1-0. This is their ticket to Dallas. If they win this right now, they're going to Dallas. Tainted Minds aren't. So this is the part where they want to bring out all the tricks that they have done the homework against Tainted Minds, and they are able to just completely shut them out of Train. CT side, perfect way to start it, especially when you've got such good AWP players. Now, I don't want to see Solo pushing Ivy every single round and getting a Scar 20, because that's not going to win against Tainted Minds.
No, it's not. Zeusy is going to pick up our first. Solo will respond. And at least that one wasn't an Ivy play. HSK playing at the back, and bomb will be planted by Tainted Minds. HSK will spot Yam as he pushes. P2K doing some damage. Zion picking up burn, but Yam, a cheeky peek. He's looking for Solo as well, playing between the two. Solo just needs a tap, but he's too sharp with the USP. And now 3v2 for the retake for MVP. In's playing up in heaven. He won't see Solo push out here. Ofnu will spot Zion and will fall. Inns, the last hope for Tainted Minds to take out this round. HSK spotted. They know Inns is up here now. He'll take down HSK, but Zion will respond and Solo will get the defuse.
Yeah, just some individual players coming out once again. Zion with 3 kills with the CZ. You can always rely on this man getting so many kills, and Solo actually decides to go for the full stick instead of using the kit. I mean, fair enough. You don't know where that kit is. HSK died, and they could have dropped anywhere, but they do take up the pistol round. Tainted Minds getting the bomb plant down just on the back of able to explode on the A bomb site, which is really good, but they weren't able to capitalize on killing the low HP CT members, and that was their downfall. You can't rely on clutching out from heaven. It's very difficult to actually land 3 shots like that. It's a very powerful position, but you have to be expected to be traded efficiently as well.
That's right. While we've seen in recent history, Forest has done some amazing things with some taps. That was on the other side. And this is not Forest. Zeusy picking up Solo, who has now been punished for playing the exclusive Ivy. 3 members of Tainted Minds were all set up, ready to put him down.
Yeah, okay. I take back what I said about Solos in terms of MVP doing a bit of their homework. Because Tainted Minds, they were watching the game yesterday, and what was Solo doing against Signature nearly every single round? He was playing Ivy, pushing Ivy, and Tainted Minds are just going to rely on that and just try to shut him down. So HSK probably don't want to go too far there, buddy. Don't want to be losing an anti-eco here, especially against just P250s. You still got to buy around to be facing up in the next one. And if you lose your life here, then it means that the Tainted Minds have a lot of map to work with.
They certainly will. Yeah, going to be pushing up, and HSK will make use of it. Solo gets an assist there. HSK with 2, and he's cleaned up what could have been a bad situation. Tainted looking to commit now to the B site as the bomb's here. Jump down the ramp, and Zion will pick up 1. He'll pick up 2, but Ofnu puts him away. He'll grab the bomb, and he'll fall to Glow, who's waiting for the push onto the site. Tainted Minds, nothing on the board for the wins. MVP taking 2.
Yeah, they're able to get some damage down though, and that's going to force a buy-up coming out very early on. I mean, we're expecting some players to maybe stick with an MP9 for MVP as the AWP does come out for HSK. That's a very critical component of their success so far for MVP because they're able to make it work out quite well. Zion's actually going to go for the M4, which is good. You need that on the B site hole, but he doesn't have the incendiary grenades. Actually, we're seeing a bit of aggression coming out from MVP on the B site, and this may catch Tainted Minds off guard if they're not wary for it.
They're going to be pulling out, though, as they've been caught at the top. Glow with a smoke out. Yam will take him. Zion going to re-peek this? No, he'll pull back onto the site. Solo will peek it with an SMG. Yam tagged. Solo to 25 here. And this could be good for Tainted if they can get onto the side. Ins from up top will find Solo as he looks to pull back down the B site. And Tainted Minds, plenty to play with now. HSK, he makes Ins take a seat.
Yeah, so HSK moving this AWP round is going to be pivotal for the rest of the round if MVP are to try to bring it back. Zine, this is so risky coming out from Zine at the moment. He's going to find so much territory, and as a matter of fact, he's going to clear out the B horse by himself, and Zeph actually pushing fine Zuzi and Ivy. All of a sudden, MVP just pushing at the extremities. 2 picks going in their favor. Tainted Minds just need to group up and just gather their thoughts for now. Just need to chill out and just play together.
Zine backs up to Burn. And Burn doesn't spot him. Offner will be playing down the smoke here, and they're well aware of his position. We'll see MVP moving across into connector. Zeph coming here to back up HSK. Offner with the flash out. Nope, that's the smoke. And he'll pop up for Con, but he's caught. Zeph going to claim that one as he comes out from Con. And 3 members of MVP still alive, carrying through 2 AKs and the AWP to round number 4.
Yeah, that was really poor coming from Tainted Minds and how that round boiled down. They were just split up. They had the picks working in their favor. All they needed to do was group up. You just got to give up some map control because you know the CTs are going to go aggressive. I mean, Zine, that was a hell of a risk. Pushing in around that late and finding that pick was absolutely instrumental, and it allows the rest of the CTs to actually come back and complete the full 3-on-5. And
we talked about Solo pushing out Ivy. He didn't do too well, but his compatriots did.
Yep, Zeph was just waiting there the entire time, and he's rewarded with it as well. So HSK getting the early pick on Zuzi. Glow's just going to keep the rifle out as Tainted Minds. They're on the eco, looking to get the bomb plant down just to build up a bank account. But MVP just looking too good so far.
Certainly our Ins down and onto the site. Zine tags. Gets the kill on Burn, but Ins will finish. Glow on the flank. That's 1, that's 2, that's 3. And an easy cleanup here for MVP. Glow too good on the flank.
Yep, so he's able just to deny the bomb plant as well. So, yeah, Tainted Minds can still get a full buy-up at the moment. But that bomb plant could have meant that Yam would have gotten head armor as well as an AWP. So if Yam does decide to pick up an AWP at the moment, which he won't, he would have to opt for no head armor, and against M4s, that's a very lethal option. This is Tainted Minds. They haven't had an opportunity using many strategies yet, so don't want to say they're completely out of it just yet. They just need to gather their thoughts and go, all right, that last round was pretty poor. Mate, let's try something fast A if that's what they're doing right now.
Fast A is the flavor of this round. Ins pushing right up to the bomb train. He'll be caught. HSK takes the kill. Burn playing around the smokes here. HSK on the bomb site looking for another. Gets tagged and Offnu finish. Zeph finds 2 of his own as he pushes for Zusi and Offnu at E-Box. Yam will take Zeph down, and we're left with 3v2. Yam and Burn. The bomb dropped on the site. And Zine on the flank yet again. He's back here, and if Yam wants to pull out, he's going to be faced with some M4 firepower. 73 HP for Yam. It's a good start for Zine. An MVP strong on this round. Glow has not seen Burn on this position. Burn's going to be playing this trigger discipline. He's going to be playing it close. He can pick up Glow and then look for Solo when he spots him there.
This is so sick coming out from Burn, but oh no! What is that turnaround? Burn! Oh, he almost plays it perfectly. He does, but he can't get the kills.
And Zine on the flank finds Yam as well. MVP deconstructed that round.
There's only one word to say, Matt. They lost it.
They lost it.
They lost it. They're 0-5 down. They lost it.
MVP PK in the lead. It'll be our first tactical pause called for Tainted Minds. They used them liberally on the last map, all 4 of them being used, which is good to see, taking their time to discuss how to move forward.
Yeah, that's just so rough for Burn because he actually plays that perfectly as well. He's coming across and he holds on because he needs to know he needs to find more than one CT to equalize the situation. But just coming at the right time finds it, and then all of a sudden Glow's like, maybe I should go check a different position, and goes, oh, there's actually a T here. 2 of them suddenly swing and they get the kill, and then that's all over and done. So, Tainted Minds, I think they could potentially force something in this round. 5 rounds have ticked away for them now. 2 rounds of unfortunate circumstances, really, where in 1 round, Zine pushes in and gets a kill that probably shouldn't have. Then Burn actually not getting the 2 kills that he probably should have. And as a result, Tainted Minds actually just going to go for a bit of a mixed party bag, as our other analysts would call it. Just a mixture.
Lemony Snicket wrote a less unfortunate series of events than what Tainted Minds has been going through at the moment. MVP, very strong, and just classic CSGO timing. on the last round. Let's see how Tainted do in this and if they can finally get a round win on the board. We see a good spread and Zeph will pick up Yam as the first. We didn't quite get the force into this round. It was Zusi on the scout, often on a CZ, and then Deagles aplenty. Tainted Minds have left the bomb upstairs in the showers, and they'll be met with an incendiary coming up from MVP to hold B. Zion's got this locked down with Glow. I don't think Tainted will be gaining much ground here.
Yeah, so Tainted, I'm fairly certain their tactical pause was just mainly to talk about what they wanted to achieve in the next buy round. They most likely want to be getting the AWP on Yam's hand and to see if they can make an impact. Maybe try to figure out where HSK is playing as well. And that could also make sure it's a lot easier for them to come on the A-bomb site. You get an AWP and blue train, it is so powerful over those smoke grenades, especially if the CTs are boxed in on the bomb site.
We've seen Burn was baiting for the ladder in SL. Zeph saw him. They saw each other, had a mutual exchange, a gentlemanly word, and have backed up. Zeph still holding this, and that's a great incendiary that's going to be on the top, preventing them from pushing it. And this is where the round just comes undone. Zusi able to get the pick on solo, but HSK 2 for himself. MVP, 4 members still alive as they move to round number 7, 6-0.
I mean, admittingly, MVP's money isn't really strong just yet. So Glow and no solo, please. This is not signature. This is Tainted Minds. They will punish you for this.
I'm a little scared for solo
I'm
here.
actually really skeptical of this buy. I mean, they're up 6-0, but you can't take Tainted Minds that easily just yet. Second AWP, that's fine. Scar 20, don't know what to make of this. That's not the most smart investment. We're talking about how you're not that far ahead enough to justify the investments in guns every single round. So Yam's already made his way off the Olaf as well. This is where you want the AWP making impact, but HSK gets the better of his counterpart, and this has already put a big dent in Tainted Minds' plans. They're still going to be committing on the A-bomb site by the looks of it, 2 down SL.
Inns will be the first one here on point. Zeph playing it at E-box, not quite committing to it, playing more at the train, so he's got the coverage. That smoke will be preventing the push from Inns. And Tainted Minds just going to hold off before committing. They've got plenty of utility here for an execute. And Solo still with the Scar. Waited up. He's boosted here, of course, in connector. He's going to be dropping down to get that second smoke off at bottom of SL before they push out. Tainted Minds will be committing to it now, and Zeph finds Inns. Burn going to be pushing the smoke, picks up Solo. Offnu with Zeph, and this round has started to come undone for MVP after the initial pick.
Yep, so HSK did rotate the AWP over, but look at this once again. This is what Zion absolutely loves doing. MVP, the bomb hasn't gone down. They've got a lot of time to work with.
They certainly do. Zion playing on the flank. We've still got Glow and HSK, who'll be playing from the back. So both sides, they'll pincer on Tainted Minds, and Zion will open the retake with Offnu falling. Glow now pushing in. It will spot Zusi. That's an easy pick, and it's left to nobody as Burn falls to Zion. 2 for him, and the defuse. MVP find a 7th after Tainted Minds had a strong start in this round, despite Yam falling early.
But seriously, can we just get rid of the Scar 20? Solo, no, don't say give it to me. Say, okay, no more Scar 20. I'm going to pick up an AWP and do damage instead, because that's 2 situations, whereas on the A-bomb site, where if he had an AWP, that would have been 2 kills. He got no kills.
None.
I mean, they're still winning, so I can't really go Solo's losing them the game, but I just... I love a meme gun as much as the next person. This is just not the correct time to be doing it. You're trying to qualify for Dallas. This isn't your normal matchmaking game where you're blasting a noob team. This is your ticket to go to America to verse North American European teams, and you whipped out the Scar 20.
If he was pulling away 3k around, I'd disagree, but he's not. He hasn't been able to affect much change with the Scar 20, and until he proves us wrong, I think we're both going to keep holding this same position on the Scar. He's moving across here on the B site, looking for his opportunity, but Tainted Minds are not pushing in on uppers just yet.
Just yet, as there is a boost coming out. So they know that's 2 in the B halls, but they can't take down Solo on the back of that. And Zeph actually spots out the gun barrel of the AWP. He needs to fall back. He'll be able to do so quite safely as well. Dropping that smoke grenade does push Tainted Minds off. Previous round, they tried going for the early AWP picks, didn't work out. And that's a shot from Offnu, because Ivy's now open. And HSK, that's the AWP lost on the side of the CTs. They need to start making a few rotations.
They certainly do. Great utility used by Offnu here to clear out Ivy and push towards the A site. Smoke for the back, Molotov for the front. And this will be the A site hit. Burn looking to clear out in SL. Zeph going to be spraying as he sees the gun barrel again. Burn will fall. Tainted Minds now 4v4, but quite tagged up. Solo pops a shot. He manages to pick up a kill on Yam, playing from Connector, but the bomb is planted. Zeph now out on towards E-Box. Off, will pick him. Zion on the trade. 3v2 for the retake. Zion playing out from Pop.
Every single time, I just feel like these retakes have just gone in the favor of the CT side. I mean, Solo with the Scar 20, this is not the weapon you want to be retaken with, but oh, he spots Ins, but Glow's able to get the kill. That's all down to Zuzi. He's able to find one more.
Zuzi starts third. Can he get Zion? He does. Will he find the third for the clutch? Glow not going to give it to him. Easy pick as Zuzi was tagged, and plenty of time with the kit for the defusal. And God, I hope he doesn't pick up the Scar.
Yeah, just grab an AWP. Anything else that's not considered a semi-automatic sniper rifle, and Solo doesn't have enough money, so it means he can't buy one. This makes me happy. If he calls for something, it'd be an AWP.
And he will be given the AWP, which we're ecstatic about. I don't think I've seen Kevin this happy casting Counter-Strike ever. 8-0 scoreline for MVP, a strong lead, already taking out the majority rounds for their CT half. What the Tainted Minds need to do here, Krath, to really bring this back?
Yeah, they're just getting absolutely pummeled on the T side at the moment by a very, very strong MVP. I haven't seen a full B side execute out yet, so maybe Tainted Minds does need to try to see and test the waters over there. Maybe fake a bit of an A and then hit the B bomb site. Just the normal stuff isn't working. Even when they're getting these picks working in their favor, where they get the initial opening kill, they just haven't been able to convert the round since then. And somehow MVP, they've got some individual brilliance on their CT sides that's working out right now. The rifle is getting 2 or 3 kills and bringing them right back into it. That obviously is going to help you a lot of the time. But ultimately, it is up to also Tainted Minds to start getting these kills on the board. I haven't seen individual brilliance out of anyone from Tainted Minds just yet. And they're going for, once again, just what looks like to be an A-site execute. They might slow it down from here, though, because I do see a few more of them coming up into the B halls.
We certainly do. Inns is moving up there. Solo will be waiting for a first pick. If someone comes over that balcony, though, that's going to be a little bit of trouble. Zuzi looking for the ladder room, and they've moved down now. This is the A.
Yep, so they've taken a little bit more time and just re-thrown their grenades. Oh, no.
Zeph, too good. HSK picks Yam. Zeph has the peek in the middle, and then pulls back to pick up Burn. But Ofnu and Zuzi are going to be clearing this site. Zion plays from main, finds Zuzi, and it's 2v2 here. The bomb planted now. And everybody playing at the same end of this site. Solo finds Ins, while Ofnu picks one for himself. Ofnu, 11 HP. And Solo can do this just with a pistol. He's well aware that Ofnu's tagged. P250 strong. And this will be the smoke out for the defuse.
So, Ofnu should be able to get this pick pretty easy. So, a bit of maybe miscommunication coming out MVP, but Tainted Minds definitely needed that round as well. Big round coming out from Ofnu. I was saying that Tainted Minds needed individuals to step up, and the second smoke wall meant that MVP may not have had the utility to really utilize to hold off on the T-side aggression. One thing I do want to say, though, is that MVP, Zion has been able to come out of T main every single time, and surely Tainted Minds needs to be aware, okay, if we're going A, Zion is going to be behind us. We don't know how he's going to be behind us, he's going to be behind us. So someone just dedicate their time to watching T main to make sure Zion cannot come from there.
My concern is whether or not they're going to be having the firepower if they're dedicating someone for Zion. Zion's been very sharp this series, and yeah, while he's had the advantage of coming from behind and having the back turned to him, it's also a concern of whether Tainted are going to be putting him down if they dedicate resources to him.
Yeah, I mean, similarly, MVP, the economy isn't that great because this goes back to probably not getting the Scar 20 and getting the AWPs too often, because this is their final buy. They're up 8-1, they lose a single round, and you can see their economy is trash because Tainted Minds have been doing damage in the rounds. A few clutches have gone in the favor of MVP, and they can't let this go to their head. They need to start making some smart plays, not solo plays like this.
The quite literal solo plays moving to Ivy. Yeah, I'm going to be watching this with the AWP, and that's the right move to make, in my opinion. With Ins and Burn making noise over at the B bomb site. Glow going to be dropping that incendiary, and they're going to hold off before committing. He douses it with the smoke. Yam picking up Solo as expected, and he'll also watch this for the HSK trade.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know why MVP are so fascinated with taking this Ivy control, because Tainted Minds, they've just relinquished this Ivy control. And you should know by MVP by now, if there's no action in Ivy, Tainted Minds will not actually have a member over there very early on. So you're much better off dedicating your resources into different parts of the map where the T's have been coming out of, like short ladder, like T main. Imagine HSK on top of Green Train just shutting down anyone who wants to peek out T connector or shutting down this B side execute. That would have been absolutely key. The Tainted Minds, they can't let this one slip. They've gotten the execute. They've gotten the first pick. They've got the AK as well as the rifle advantage. They've got a few Khalils there. This is their time to reset and really come back onto their T half.
HSK will pick Offnu as he's still in main. And we'll get the push now down through the ramp. It's Zion on the aggression out the smoke. Picks in Zanzusi, looks for uppers. Glow finds Yam. And Burn, last man standing yet again. 1v4. He'll drop the flash to get out. But he will not be able to get a pick here as Zion finds a third kill in round number 10. MVP taking that round away.
Tainted Minds hard reset, and they've already burned through most of their tactical pauses as well in the first half because they're starting to feel it slip out of their hands. And MVP, once again, another round where Zion is just bailing them out with a bucket. He's just going, hey, Solo, bro, I'll carry you to Dallas right now because, yeah, Solo not playing very well, Zion playing very well. And that round really just boiled down to maybe Tainted Minds just going through the smoke a little bit too early, not respecting the fact that Zion loves playing close and dirty. They need to be starting to rethink how they're going to be approaching the B bomb site. AC still seems to be the best bet. They've been able to crack the A bomb site much more efficiently coming into these rounds. Just the individual parts maybe not boiling out. This is where things need to start changing up, though. I
agree. Something needs to change for Tainted Minds. Let's see if it's ins with a deagle here. It won't be as HSK gets the first pick, gets the tag on Offnu, the leg, and down to 15. He won't get the finish. Offnu closing that out. Yam spotted by Zion, who's playing on the train. In the middle, he'll get Zusi as well. Will he get a third? No, that'll be Zeph challenging first. Zion will close it out now. And we're left with Offnu, 15 HP and a deagle.
Yep, one man, one dream. I've seen people clutch out with 15 HP with the Desert Eagle, but it feels like this one may be a little bit too far gone because Zion just, once again, just so good with the rifles. He's on a 20 bomb right now, 11 rounds in.
That's unbelievable. Just shy of 2 a round.
Pretty much.
Zion's huge, and the respect needs to be given to that. Tainted Minds will be on the save here. Again, they'll pistol buy.
And that's why I say for Tainted Minds it's rough, because you're coming onto the A bomb site, you're doing the right things and you're getting the kills, but then there's just one guy who's just unkillable. He's always in the perfect position where he's killing 2 of you and there's nothing you do. His name is Zion, and he's the one who might just be booking MVP's tickets to Dallas right now because Tainted Minds, there's no one else that's stepping up. Offnu, only one great round. That's it. We haven't seen anything from Yam, haven't seen anything from Burn or Inns, and already just Zeph. This is just confidence. When you have a CT sitting underneath a ladder on an anti-eco like that, just going, my name's Zeph.
Yeah.
Hi, my name's Zeph.
Zeph and Zion are sitting there like, hey, welcome to my train. This is their map that they're commanding right now. We know that Tainted are very strong in their CT, but this T side just, I feel, hasn't been enough.
I feel like normally Tainted are quite strong on their T side, but MVP obviously on their CT side have been are a very solid unit, and this is exactly why. They've got really good angles they cover with the AWPs off, and you've just got brilliant riflers, because Zeph is just going to step out and just get 4 kills immediately in anti-eco, but that's going to put MVP on 11-1, and Tainted Minds, what do they do from here? Only one person has got double-digit frags so far. No one else joined the board. They need these last 3 rounds desperately, and I've got a feeling that A bomb site is still the place to go to, or just a fast B. You need to start doing something a little bit unexpected. Otherwise, MVP are going to be strangling you out of this game. You can't be giving any more rounds to the CT side like this.
No, you don't want to be throwing complete caution to the wind, but at the same time, trying something different. Changing the pace a little bit, because MVP have been controlling the pace of the game. It's true in anything. If you can control how your opposition is playing the game, you can make sure that you take the win, and MVP is doing just that. Glow playing again the standard here over at B. He's got the incendiary and doused it again with the smoke to cover for Solo. Solo going to be watching up in uppers from Con. He's going to drop back and rotate. Great flash across now. and the utility comes out from Tainted. They're dedicating to the B site. It's the push down Oil. Burn will be the one to do that. Glow tag to 18. An easy pick for Burn. He'll transfer to Zine, but doesn't close it. Yam will do that. In's pushing the same line, but needs to be careful of HSK. He'll find him first, but HSK gets the shot. Offnu picking one as well. Left to HSK and Zeph for the retake. 2v3. And they could very well do this. Zeph finding Offnu. Zeusy AHP and Yam on 63. It's looking good for a retake here. MVP with a health advantage.
Yeah, look at that flashbang. It allows Zeph to push out and maybe find a few more. HSK switching to the rifle. Oh, this is looking dire for the T side right now because they found one. They know Zuzi's on the other side. Zuzi has to throw the best Molotov of his life to stop the defuse. Zeph is going to be sticking it. He's going to be holding on to it. Zuzi, you need to be pushing. He hasn't pushed. It's 1-12.
12-1 and they lost it. MVP take that one away. The Molotov was good, but it was too late, and we needed the aggression coming out from Zeusy there to stop that defuse.
Look at that damage done from Zine.
Holy moly.
2,000 damage done over 13 rounds. That, and you can only count, there's 500 damage each round. Oh, what do you say for Tainted Minds at the stage? That was their best chance, and still it just felt like MVP just out of nowhere would win that round. And this is starting once again poorly for MVP.
Poorly for Tainted. HSK picks up 2. Burn is the first on Tainted to get a kill. Solo still on the Scar, and as much as we might disagree with it, HSK picking up the first 2 is going to be his help. Offnu takes HSK down. In's playing Pop will now push to behind Zine, and this might be the kill that they need to take this away. He gets it, and now we're 2v2. Solo with a Scar, and Glow to help out does have utility.
Yeah, so Tainted Minds do manage to work out. I did say MVP, this is going to be a rough time for them, didn't I? I meant Tainted Minds are going to be a rough time, and often just strafing into the crosshairs of Solo with a Scar 20. You're going to hate seeing that. Winnable for Ins now, though.
Absolutely. Solo with the pistol out. He taps and he clears it. Solo, unbelievable. He manages to, gets one with the Scar in this round, and that'll be MVP PK, pushing it to 13-1. They are very close to victory and a ticket to Dallas.
Well, at this stage, Tainted Minds, their executes, they're fine. It's just, there's not enough individual trading power. And when you've got the confidence of Solo going the Scar 20 or P250 and just going in and just challenging a full HP rifle and winning, you know you're in dire straits as a T side. 13-1, the best case scenario for Tainted is that they go to the 13, but what do they do in this situation? 3 Ivy, maybe 2 into B halls to try to shut down something from the CT side. But HSK, just the AWP corridors. It goes back down to Tainted Minds. They haven't been able to shut down the AWP corridors of MVP effectively, and it's telling.
It certainly is. And again, they'll get some damage on Glow. Offnu this time will pick up Zine, and as an early round kill, that's one that you want. Need to be careful of HSK on his AWP though. Burn, going to get the initial pre-fire down. No damage dealt between he and Zeph. And they will pull away from one another as it's the push up the ladder from Solo here to look at uppers. He might be able to catch someone off guard with the Scar 20 playing it up here. Burn, if he commits to coming across to B, will be caught by that. Solo's going to be pulling out now, not holding that one. Offnu picks Glow. And this could very well be the final round of the half going to Tainted Minds. 3 remaining for MVP PK. Burn still making noise at the top of SL, looking for a pick there, or at least to get some damage down.
Oh, HSK needed to be able to land a few shots. Doesn't work out there. And they know Zeph's been SL the entire time. So finally Tainted Minds, hopefully with a round, because it's all down to Solo. So 2-13, the expected round score. And that's already a very scary deficit that we're coming back from.
Certainly is. Yam picking up Solo will secure that second round for Tainted Minds. And at the half, this is a grim outlook. They need a dominant CT.
Yeah, and this is where Tainted Minds, they've only got 1 tactical pause, but they just got to reset this time and go, look, all right, guys, it's dire straits, but we know that MVP's T side isn't that good. So let's just slowly grind out the rounds. We'll start with a pistol. Pistol, absolute must win at the situation. We're talking about sudden death. Well, it's not a knife's edge, it's maybe on a pistol's edge. Doesn't balance as well, but then again, this is not a well-balanced game at the stage because MVP are just absolutely slaughtering TM. And just got a feeling that some of the guys down the analyst desk who picked TM to pick up this map in 16 to whatever in a dominant fashion are just shaking their heads and going, what's going on with Tainted? because this is not the normal Tainted we've seen on the T side.
No, it's not. We're here now, though, ladies and gentlemen. In round number 16, the first round of the second half, MVP moving to the T side. They'll be pushing for the A hit here. Zusi spotted up top, and Zeph going to be planting in the smoke, but Burn will stop that. Inns getting the kill on Zeph. Offnu picking HSK. Solo in SL. We'll find Yam.
Yeah, but this is good now for Tainted Minds. This is a solid start, but they just need to compose themselves right now. Still 2 on the A bomb site. Solar's going to go down coming up from SL. Bombs in the open. CTs just need to recalibrate, and here it is. Offnu is the man to do so.
He gets the tags, and Burn will get the finish. Zion goes down, left to Glow. 1v3. He's already picked up 1. He'll need the 4 to take this to 14-2. Don't think Offnu's going to allow that, though, and Tainted Minds pick up their pistol. A crucial round. If they dropped that, MVP could have taken the trifecta to victory.
Yep, and this is where Tainted Minds can build up the economy and they go, that's all right, we've got the rifles, we know how to counter their T-cycles, we've seen what they've done yesterday, but there's just so many rounds to come back from it. MVP, not going to be forcing into this, which is a bit peculiar in this situation. They've got a lot of rounds to do so. They didn't get the bomb plant down, so unless they're going for a hero buy in the next round, or they're really hoping they can get a bomb plant down in this one, a bit odd. Haven't seen this happen for a long time for a T-side.
It is a little odd. We've got the 2 over on the B site for Tainted Minds. Of course, that's Burn playing here with Yam. Yam going to be playing for uppers at the coil. Has a cheeky peek there, but there is nobody from MVP peeking out yet, so they can pass that information on to the 3 that are over at A. Zusi watching for Ivy. It looks like this is going to be the A hit again for MVP. Well, they could maybe fake it out with the smoke coming over. They don't have a lot of utility here to use. I
think with Tainted, look where they're set up at this stage as well. They're playing very, very safe. They don't want to be exposed themselves to a position where they can get overwhelmed. And normally you see maybe an SMG sit close B. This is why they're sitting so far back, because you don't want to be risking coming into such a critical round where, oh, Glock gets a kill with the SMG, or he gets another kill on the B bomb site, and then it's a 3-on-4 retake. Here, very difficult for the Glocks to get the kill across, and just the inner smoke, and then they're just going to come out and get the bomb plant down. They'll be happy to concede that, I think, for Tainted.
Think so. Yam picking up. Zion is the first. Burn will get a second. Looks for a third for Solo. Yam will pick Glow. HSK pushing the smoke here, getting in behind, but he's caught from the push on Con, and that will be the round going to Tainted Minds. They look to push this to be 13-5.
I mean, this is where it comes to the part. This is maybe what MVP were angling for, because obviously they don't know what's going on in their communication, but they can still buy in this round now with that bomb plant, which is the difference. Because normally we say, oh, you get the pistol round bomb plant, you eco. They eco there and get the bomb plant in the second one. And they could opt to go for a buy if they do not prioritize utility and an AWP. And this is what we're seeing right now. Tainted Minds, they haven't built up the greatest of economies. They know that the buy is coming. They've noticed Glocks, they've noticed no armor, and they've gone, get ready for the onslaught. MVP want to win this at the moment. This is a must-win round for Tainted Minds. So they've invested in everything that they need, and here we are. It looks like it's just going to be a lot of grenades A, and MVP just going to be splitting up 2, maybe 3 out of SL, and then 2 coming in from mid-connector. It's just going to be a 2-wave prong attack, and very similar to what Tainted Minds were able to do to secure the round.
We're not going to get that SL dedication quite yet, as Tainted Minds rotating around the A site as more and more utility comes through. Zion pushes through, and Offnu will take him down. Burn playing on top of this train. Great incendiary there, but can't land a kill and gets put away by Zeph. Sharp shot with the AK. Offnu pushing from Con now, coming straight down at Glow, who's flashed himself. He's flashed Solo as well. And that's Zeph on the bomb train, the last hope. HSK needs to rotate and push through. Zusi takes down Zeph, and HSK won, but can't find a second. Yam will take him. Inns will get the defuse, and Tainted Minds take this crucial round.
Big round coming up from Offnu, pushing fast through that inner train. If he was taken out by Glow in that situation, it would have been it would have been difficult for Tainted Minds to actually retake the B bomb site. But this is where the individuals are starting to step up right now. I do like that from MVP, though. A lot of utility dedicated on the A bomb site to make Tainted Minds think it's going to be an A site hit. We've still got 4 there. Burns unable to get a kill, but Offnu's a difference. And so Tainted Minds, another round on the board. Every single one, very, very important.
Offnu here with 21 frags, really making an impact.
Yeah, he's the one who's keeping Tainted Minds in this, both on their T side as well as the CT side. How many rounds has he got multi-kills with a pistol, for example? Kills on another round, that's very important. And now Yam, this is up to another player now to feed off the confidence of Offnu, and Yam's been having a bit of a rough series so far. Maybe this is his time to shine. Get a few easy kills on the anti-eco. You start getting warmed up. And MVP, this was pretty much a nothing round, and it's going to resolve as a nothing round.
Certainly will. They can't manage anything with the CZs they had. No damage dealt until Zine picks up ins with the Deagle. And Zeusy will put it away. Offnu on top of that train for the backup as well. You're at a nothing round there on the pistol buy. It'll be the buy into round number 20. MVP have another opportunity to really put this one home and make it 14-6.
Yeah, but historically they have struggled to put it home. So that's what Tainted Minds, as well as any supporters of them, will be banking on, as well as the fact that Offnu is leading the charge. He is the spearhead, and the others need to be joining him. They don't want to be feathers. They want to be additional spearheads behind that one.
Certainly do. You want to have the army of pikemen come out with all those spears. HSK looking on the wait, and Yam, as he slow peeks at expecting the AWP, gets tapped by Zine on the AK.
Yep, so Zine was boosted up, was able to get the kill. Inns, though, has another AWP, and he might be able to go huge right now because there's still 2 targets to find for him. And they're slowly crawling up. And oh, Inns, he can't find it. This is now looking harsh for Tainted Minds. Who's going to step up here? Offnu's still alive. Burn and Zuzi. So much work they need to do.
Certainly do. Ivy control is there for MVP. And they're leaving Burn still over on B, not willing to over-rotate him to A. A good choice, just in case. MVP look like they will be committing here to the A site as we get control smokes coming out from Solo. And the push through main for Zaf. The 2 at Ivy. It'll be Zeusy who pushes up close. Now retreating back to the middle of site. Waiting for MVP to make their move. Offnu now here on the site as well. Zeusy playing this with the smoke, finds Glow, gets damaged down but doesn't get a kill. He's pushed, and that's bomb dropped by Solo. Zeusy looking for another. HSK is here with the AWP. Doesn't want to peek him too hard. Scared of the firepower, but it's Zeph from behind that'll get the kill. Offnu spotted by HSK. That'll be the frag over the top to try and get some damage down. He does. HSK to 42. It's the cleanup for Offnu. 2 for him and 1 left for MVP. Glow pushes out.
Yeah, and now it's all down to Burn to clutch this out. Luckily for him, Glow is very low, but Glow does have the AWP, but Burn, he's got the AK-47, and if that's a round for Tainted Minds to win, that was exactly it. Once again, Offnu, all the kills going in his favor, where he's able to hold onto the A bomb site and just buy time, and Zuzi just sitting at sandwich and being an absolute nuisance for the entire time that MVP couldn't push out. That was what allowed them to eventually win the round, and MVP, they are starting to force fire into this, and now Tainted Minds, they're really going to be believing themselves right now. They've brought so many rounds back. Starting with a pistol, a few more buy rounds, that's exactly what you need.
Certainly is. HSK on the scout now as he can't get the money for the AWP. Lost too many rounds here and need to wait for this one to finish before he gets that big green one in his hands. Yam holding for Ivy, ins again on the second AWP. And MVP not dedicating the resources to Ivy this time, only Zine here.
Yeah, he's just waiting to make sure that Tainted Minds doesn't push. He's going to fall back. Can't really be lurking on the extremities when you don't have enough firepower, really, because no one from MVP has really stepped it up so far. No one's been banging heads off like they did on Inferno, or even on the CT side of Train. That no one has individually been performing. And as a result, Offnu is now starting to outshine them. And MVP, they're going to be grouping up to the B bomb site after utilizing a little bit of utility. Tainted Minds are ready for this, though. 2 on the B bomb site. That's what they need. Decent crossfire as well. A very off-standard crossfire. Look at that setup coming out from Burn and Offnu.
Burn ready for uppers. Great positioning here. Burn covered by that silo on the bomb train. That'll be the smoke out with Flash. Burn going to be dropping down the incendiary and he'll play for inside. Offnu full flash though. Will not see Zine drop in. Burn picks one, gets damage down on another. Zine going to be completing that transaction. Ins picks up Zaf as the rotate's called for Tainted. Bomb will be planted. Solo getting that one down. He's tagged to 57 here. And it's Tainted Minds 3v3 for a retake. MVP pulling out just in case there's any on the flank. Zine on the bomb train has spotted Yam. Zeusy pushing up here, needs to be careful for him. And we'll get the easy pick. Yam picks up HSK and now it's just Solo. Tainted could pull out another buy round win. Inns pushing for it. Shadow gives him away, but it's not enough. And Inns jumps up, gets the kill on Solo, and Tainted get another round.
Yep, so they're slowly and steadily starting to put the rounds on the board. And normally you'd say the double ult setup is very difficult to retake with, but the B bomb site, a lot of just open corridors for the CTs to use. And that's what they were allowed to do. Just cover Zuzi as he pushes up to the bomb site. Really nice retake. MVP didn't have utility to hold off. They did manage to get the bomb plant down so they can get another buy into it. But just once again, MVP, these are so many opportunities that'll let go once again, where Tainted Minds are stepping up. They're not taking the opportunities on the side of MVP, and they are starting to possibly regret not picking up any rounds since the CT side, really.
That's it.
6 rounds in a row now for Tainted Minds. Gonna be feeling good.
Feeling very good with that, but they've got a long road to follow still. Glow picking up Zeusy, opens it for MVP on an entry into the A site. Flashes out for a second sun, means that we get the push back from Yam down to the back of site. He'll get that frag out. Glow pushing now, another flash comes through, and Yam will be his first. Offnu not willing to be the second. Puts Glow in the grave. HSK on the push to the side. Gets tagged by Offnu. Great damage dealt with 15 HP remaining. Inns misses the first shot. Almost gets caught by Zeph. And he'll be caught by Zion on the back end. MVP running away with this round. 4 alive. And this is looking good for them. 14-8.
Yeah, that's what they just needed. They just needed one person to go out and just click on heads. And that was Glow's responsibility at that time. Just very simple smoke grenades. Come out and just take the game deals in the back of a few flashbangs. Don't overthink it, guys. You don't need to be making some sick, funky plays. You just need to be relying on trays and just good plays all across the board and just good communication. Don't take it easy. Tainted Minds, they're ecoing. This is such a hard position to be in. 14-8 down. You're down 1 in the best of 3 series, and you're ecoing so you can have a full buy for overtime, or just hoping you can clutch out with the CZs.
Well, he is hoping for Tainted. Offnu's on the train in the middle of the site. We've got 2 on the bomb train as well here for Tainted. So they're stacking for A rather hard, and it's the choice to make. MVP, if they dedicate themselves to the A site, will be matched with quite considerable firepower in the hands of those CZs. Solo with jump peaks over the ladder at SL. Not going to be seeing anybody there. And this will be another late round play here for MVP, I feel.
Maybe letting just a little bit too much time tick away, but Tainted Minds, they're also getting nervous as well, because as the time is ticking away, they start thinking maybe it's not the A bomb site, maybe it's B, and we should just go back there and just make sure we stack there instead, because we haven't spotted anything just yet. The T's, no smokes, no nades, no presence, nothing at all. 45 seconds left on the clock. It is going to be the A-bomb site. Just Solo faking it out. He's Solo by name, Solo by nature. Offnu coming to a great position right now. He could get an AK and just shut this all down by himself.
He certainly could. We're going to be... Here, there's the pop flash for the entry in main. Ace clear. Offnu cannot get the kill there with a double drop. Zeph finds him. And MVP are onto the A site. They're looking good to push this to 15-8 and be on series point.
Tainted, have to go in for this. There's no point saving just CZs. You've got money to buy in the next one. You might as well try to do damage, but just already MVP, they're in the perfect crossfires. And there is nothing that you can do as Tainted. Nothing at all.
Unless Yam and Burn can pull out the biggest clutch of the history. We cannot get that from Yam. He's gone down. He picks up Zeph on the way. Burn on the push to T-spawn. Might look for some exits here. I don't think Zion's going to give it to him easy. Oh, he will. Burn will pick that one up, but now it's HSK on the push out. He'll fall also. Burn picks up 2, but can't get Glow, who wide peeks it. And there it is, ladies and gentlemen, MVP PK, 15-8. If they take this one, they will be heading to Dallas.
Yep, match point and series point for MVP. And they've got everything they want on the board, but similarly Tainted Minds, so do they, except for maybe Armor and Yam. But it all comes down to this final roll of the dice for the CT sides. The T's maybe looking like they want to go fast out A. They know success just then. Ivy pressure, get Glow through the sandwich smoke, and then just apply and just keep pushing until there's nothing that they can do. Zuzi. Risky play. Doesn't work out in ins. Oh, this is riskier.
He's pushed hard for Zeph, and Zeph is too sharp. Will take the kill. MVP PK looking good to make this round theirs. 5 up, HSK tagged. Zeusy here on the green train. Looking to hold, he's got his mates with him. And we've got the aggressive Yam that's pushed for B, just in case MVP look to rotate. I don't think they will. They've got 3 dedicated to Ivy here. The bomb will be picked up by Solo, who will move it to main as he gets the control smoke out. It's the spray. HSK picks up Zeusy. Zine helping him out there behind. Offnu pushing up, looking for a flank of his own and preventing the rotate through CT. Zine will spot him. Burn picks up Zeph. Offnu gets Zine, and this could still be done by Tainted Minds. Burn in a good position here. Offnu picks up Glow. But Burn with his back turned is pushed by Solo. Now 2v2. Yamanofnu, HSK, and Solo. Solo putting the Molotov out, preventing any push.
Yeah, and this may all go down to this duel between Ofnu and HSK. The Glock comes out superior. Yam, no armor whatsoever. That HE grenade is going to do so much damage. He's still looking for the pick with the AWP. There it is on HSK, his counterpart. But is it enough? Solo, he's been having a shocker on train, but he doesn't need to be shocking anymore because there it is. He gets the final pick, and that is MVP securing their ticket over into Dallas. A 16-8 victory on train, Matt. Absolute demolition at the end.
Absolute demolition is exactly the way I'd put it. MVP tore apart the first half, took their time in the second, but ultimately they close it out.
Yeah, and Tainted, this is absolutely heartbreaking for them as well. Another opportunity where they met just an on-fire opponent. They didn't have many chances. They took the most they could, and you just got to give them applause at the end of the day. Unfortunately, it's not enough.
Not enough here for them to go to Dallas, but congratulations to MVP, who will be our second to head over there from the APAC finals.
Yeah, absolutely. So there we have it. The two people qualifying to Dallas, as well as our grand finalist, or the people into the grand final. Now throwing it back to Ben and the analyst desk to see why Ben Green is the best predictor in all of Australia.
Look, to be fair, Kev, I got this one wrong as well, but I did want to see the Koreans turn up, and MVP certainly did that today. If they were going to do it any day, it was now, right? It didn't really matter as long as they made it through, I suppose. But if you're TM, and you know, it's not a great result, Moe.
No, it isn't. They're going to be very. I mean, look, it's great. It's not a great result when you look at what else has happened to them in the year.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? With a lot of second places, a lot of just missing out on international competitions, missing IEM Sydney. I mean, it's just not been a good run.
Yeah, I'm not going to suggest that they played poorly against MVP. That's for you guys to decide, for them to decide. The reality is MVP, one of the top teams in the region. We see it time and time again, irrespective of what we saw from them the other day, irrespective of what we saw from them at Zen League. On the whole, they normally come out and they normally play very well. So it's a big ask. Maybe TM a little bit unlucky to come out #1 seed in their group and then go up against MVP.
Yeah, I mean, look, for me, MVP, why do you do this? Every time. We underestimate them, they win. We overestimate them, they lose.
Yeah,
and this,
we just want to get it right once.
You just could tell when they came into this game and they got a few rounds in, you could tell it was the real MVP this time. They were shouting, they were communicating very loudly, and you know, that's when I was like, oh man, Kev does know CS.
Yeah. Yeah.
Contrary to
So, unfortunately, Kev, you win this one. But that's the way the cookie crumbles. When you say Tainted Mind's coming second, well, I guess you'd say this is third, really, isn't it?
Yeah.
Third,
At best, yeah.
So it's all downhill.
Well, the prize money is good. They still pick up 12,000 USD, but what they wanted was to go to Dallas, and of course, when you can combine that a couple of other second place results and the fact that obviously they were unfortunate to miss out on one of those 3 spots coming from Australia going into IEM Sydney, it all compounds it. What is a good team is just for whatever reason not getting where they want to in the end.
Well, it was just their T side, really, wasn't it? They just didn't have enough rounds to work with.
Yeah, from an analytical standpoint, is Zeph had a really good game in SL. Zion had a really good game at Inside. What I would have liked to see, I mean, it's easy to say watching the game, of course, but what I really wanted them to do was take more IV control, right? And then every time that the inside player would see someone, he would drop his Molotov and smoke instantly, right, on the low ramp. Pull that utility, that will cause MVP to rotate to the inner. Play 3 towards IV, get the control, and then have like 3 out take on 2 out IV.
Well, I thought they would already know that they could do that.
Pushing that SL control, pushing for it, but without the anti-SL nades.
Exactly.
Right? Do the big Molotovs.
What?
Do
No one does those, Mo. It kills me. I talk about it every time we're on the desk.
Break this down for layman's terms for me. What could have they done?
Well, so the big Molotov that Moe is talking about is where you molly in SL and you molly outside SL. That 100% clears anybody out of SL. They have to leave SL. And then what you can do is you can flash someone out T-Con to kill that person while they're leaving SL, and also your boys can come down the ladder at the same time. It's like totally risk-free. It's expensive, but totally risk-free, and nobody does it.
And literally just one of the many things that, I mean, could have been done. But they'll review that and they'll find out.
HSK had Vines on lockdown, though. You got to give him that. I mean, he died to Offnu on Ecos, but that was the only time he ever really died.
Yeah. Well, at least drop the HEs into SL as well. And then when Offnu did get that Ivy control, they had a lot of success. I think that's where their only one of their gun rounds came from, or most of their post-plant rounds came from, right? I wouldn't have pushed SL that much more, pushed the inside that much more. But, I mean, look, it's all in hindsight, and once they probably review the game, they'll see that.
It's just one of those things. It's too late then, isn't it, Mike?
It is. But, I mean, look, probably just the right approach in terms of their strategical approach to the game. They've got a lot of utility down pat. The communication looks okay. It's just simply... I mean, I don't know. They just need a tactical change, I guess.
Well, that issue with Zion pushing inside and coming T-connector so many times, that really just killed them. It was as if it was the same thing we saw with Order, really, but Ali wasn't coming from inside. He was just rotating to T-connector once they had outside control because MVP left SL open so many times on their T side.
I just want to flag something and tell me again if I'm wrong here. So we've seen TM come to this competition. They played up against an SEA team, I think, to bring through a Chinese team. They didn't have to go up against a particularly difficult opponent. And then they played Boot in the upper bracket final. And then they got to today, right? They weren't actually challenged at any point until
it was 2-0s all the way.
Yeah, so none of the games really felt that hard. So we never actually got to see them get challenged by an opponent. It's not like they were dropped down to the lower bracket then had to play through. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I understand.
I think, Ian, you actually mentioned that yesterday. I think I was tuning in. Is that, yes, they weren't match fit, because you look at a Greyhound, they dropped down to the lower bracket and then had a tussle, whereas Tainted cruised through the Mongols and then cruised through Boot, who weren't the same Boot that beat Greyhound in the best of one.
They almost were. They 10-5 the first half, but Tainted Minds came back, and that was probably Boot. That was probably Boot that allowed that comeback to happen. For me, just what were we saying about Tainted Minds, really? Just their train isn't that strong even domestically. They lose to Order on it all the time, and Order struggled. Well, Order beat MVP pretty well on it, but Order is like a train team. Everyone knows Order are good at train, and you can't really try and just emulate what Order
they're better at train than Sydney Transport are, let's be real. So
that's not hard.
Yeah, exactly. So coming into this, we feel like maybe they picked it because they thought that MVP were bad on it. In actual fact, it was just that Order was that much better.
This is actually MVP's first international train win with this lineup.
Right.
So that tells you something.
There you go.
Yeah, that'll do it. Well, we can go ahead and take a look at the bracket and see where this puts us. We've got Greyhound and MVP coming into the grand final. I do want to talk a little bit more about MVP because we've kind of glossed over the fact just that they really steamrolled over TM there. Inferno, we were like, well, TM probably going to lose Inferno, but Train was such a surprise, not only that it was a victory, but the fact that it could have very easily been like a 16-4 or something absurd. Really would have been very disappointed. So what is it about this MVP team? Obviously, what we're seeing from them today is very different than what we saw across the weekend.
Look, it's hard to know if it was really like a heavy counter strat, because when I was mentioning the way Tainted were playing their T side, I was mentioning the way MVP were playing their CT side. It could have been hand in hand, right? They could have studied what Tainted were doing and then played that style. So two things: obviously they're very well prepared, and secondly their star players are really on today. So they had, Zion, unbelievable. How can you stop Zion when he's doing that? And if you don't go to him and take the approach that I mentioned before, 3 IV, 2 T-Con in that train game, he's going to flank you anyway. So it's really like
and
a
then
combination
he'll be alive for the retake and everything. All your nightmares are realised.
A combination of everything, and MVP's got the right formula today. So very scary.
Unfortunately for Tainted Minds, that means that they'll come in at 3rd/4th place along with Order, picking up 12,000 USD. You can see the rest of the teams coming through their Signature and Boot. And then, of course, Mongols and is it SC?
Yes, absolutely.
I always get it wrong. But look, to be fair, 7,500 USD, not bad, plus a free trip through to Australia is pretty good. But overall, when you combine that prize pool there with the minimum $20,000 US that both MVP and Greyhound pick up by going to Pro League finals, that's like 98,000 USD at a minimum for the APAC finals. So that's a pretty good prize purse.
Yeah, I mean, I would have loved to have that sort of money back in the day when I was playing. So, I mean, you can't really be upset at that. But obviously, Tainted Minds and Order would be pretty livid with coming third, fourth here. Obviously, everyone's aspirations would have been to come first. But it just goes to show they've just got something left to learn. You know, there's always something new to learn in Counter-Strike, and good preparation for IEM Sydney. I mean, Order have got it. They got a verse phase first thing.
Yeah.
So it's good preparation for them. Obviously, LAN preparation as well. So it doesn't get much better than that. So
coming through to the exact same place that they'll be playing groups. So that's a pretty big deal. That's a pretty big benefit. We have had 2-0s so far today in our semi-finals. But up next, it's our grand final. Greyhound up against MVP. We'll see you soon.
From Banana, Offnu going to go huge, get two. Zeph finding int on the side. Offnu finds a third, cannot get a fourth. Glow go to the other one.
Oh no, Zuzi's going to deny this as well. This is all over. This is an absolute disaster for MVP. They're trying to look for the kill. More damage has been done.
Holy moly! For Tainted. Burn now switching that through. Utility out. Smoke here. Zeus will be the first. That HSK is just too good. 3, but not on it.
Plays the part of position, and he should be able to get a kill here. There it is. Yam's completely blinded off. I just love how he drops the smoke grenades. Any apartments player really should just take note of how Zion plays it, because
Solo looking for the pick here, and we'll find it. Offnu falls. It's Glow on the side, and with the wraparound, they'll be entering. He's playing in the back. He picks Zeus. Will he find a second? Yam will fall to him as well. A third. No, that's Solo. Gets a kill on Burn, but Ians will finish. Glow on the flank. That's 1. That's 2. That's 3. And an easy cleanup. Close. You pick up Glow and then look for Solo when he spots him there.
This is so sick coming out from Burn. But oh no! What is that turnaround? Burn! Oh, he always plays it perfectly. He does, but he can't get the kills. One time and just rethrown their grenades. Oh no.
Zeph too good. HSK picks Yam. Zeph has the peek in the middle and then pulls back to pick up Burn. But Offnu and Zeusy are going to be clearing this site. Zion plays from main now. Down through the ramp. It's Zion on the aggression out the smoke. Picks Ins and Zeusy. Looks for uppers. Glow finds Yam. Offnu closing that out. Yam spotted by Zion, who's playing on the train. In the middle, he gets Zeusy as well. Will he get a third? No, that'll be Zeph challenging first. Zion will close it out now.
Desert Eagle, but it feels like this one may be a little bit too far gone because Zion just why? They've got really good angles they cover with the orcs off, and you've just got brilliant riflers because Zeph is just going to step and dive for the T side right now because they found one. They know Zuzi's on the other side. Zuzi has to throw the best Molotov of his life to stop the defuse. Zeph is going to be sticking it. He's going to be holding on to it. Zuzi, you need to be pushing. He hasn't pushed. It's 1 to 12.
Coming straight down at Glow, who's flashed himself. He's flashed Solo as well. And that Zeph gets some damage down. He does. HSK to 42. It's the cleanup for Offnu. 2 for him. And
he's been having a shocker on train, but he doesn't need to be shocking anymore because there it is. He gets the final pick. And that is MVP securing their ticket over into Dallas. A 16-8 victory on train, Matt. Absolute demolition at the end.
Absolutely.
Be focused.